Hi everyone, my name is Piterpakulski. Today we'll continue building financial model for a manufacturing business idea, and today we will focus on payroll that will depend on the amount of shifts that we have per day, and this will be the topic of our today's video. So if you find this video valuable, you may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. At the end screen of this video, I will be placing the link to the playlist where all these tutorials will be placed, and so you may watch it one by one. And when the whole financial model will be ready, I will be placing the links to the tutorials how I've created this financial model from scratch in the description of this video as well. I will briefly remind what we did during previous videos. So first of all, we created the inputs for naming product A and B, so we can switch on and off different products from calculations. Then we specify the speed of production per unit per hour of product A, B. Then we have a coefficient for scenario play, for future scenario play for product A and product B. We have two production lines, so we can switch them on and off from calculations to see cash flow with or without this or that line, manufacturing line. Then we have these two lines, and we can allocate the working time between product A and product B. So here we allocate the time. Then we specify when we start operating activity, year and month, when we start generating the revenues. And for each line we have 3 shifts available, so we can switch them on and off as usual. And we can also specify when each shift appears, so from the moment when we start operating activity. So for example, the first shift appears on the first month of operating activity, the second appears on the 8th month. So here we can specify when each shift occurs on which month of operating activity on each line. So here is line number 1 and here is line number 2. Then if we move forward, we can specify the duration of a shift, and here inside the typical year we can specify how many work days we have in each month. Then we move to the library of raw materials or direct costs. So these are raw materials that participate in manufacturing process. Here is the price for one unit of matrix for this raw material. These are coefficients for increasing or decreasing for future scenario play. Then we specify if we do have any displacement of the purchase for this raw material, if we need it to purchase it earlier to the moment when we need it. So here we specify when. So if we place here 3, this means that we need this raw material to deliver 3. So so this material needs to be delivered for 3 months before the moment that we need it in manufacturing process. And here we specify how often we purchase these raw materials. So 1 means that we purchase monthly, 4 means that we purchase once in 4 months, and here we can specify how often we purchase this raw material. And then for product A and product B, we specify what raw materials participate in manufacturing process. So here it is. Then we specify how many units of these, what is the consumption in natural matrix of these raw materials, and this raw material for production of one product. So we need 6 units of raw material number 6 to produce one product A. So here we specify these metrics for product A, for product B, the consumption. Then we create the investment plan. So here we specify what we invest in during the investment stage. Here we specify when we invested and how much we invest. So this is the start of operating activity, and before the start we place all the investments inside the timeline. So, and now we are ready to move to the payroll. So let's create a new block of inputs. I will create payroll, and in brackets I will write shifts. So this will be line 1 payroll, here I will place position name, then here I will place the salary, person per let's say dollar per person per position per month. So I'm creating a new block of inputs. So this will be line 1. So let's here place line 1 position 1. So this will be the names of positions that we need on line 1. This will be salary, then salary, then shift 1, shift 2 and shift 3. Here I will place the name amount of people on each position. So here I will place the salaries. Let's just imagine some numbers. So these are the inputs. So I'm coloring these values with blue because blue is a unique color for all our inputs. So I'm using the color for inputs here. So all this is needed for future scenario plays, so we could find all the inputs easily. That's why we assign specific color for any input that we create. So here we specify how many people on each position we have if the line works 1 shift, 2 shifts or 3 shifts. So if the line works one shift, for example, we have one person on this position. If in 2 shifts we will have 2 people on each position, and then here we have 3 people on each position. So these are the inputs. Then we create salaries. So here we will calculate what will be the salary of for this line if this line works 1 shift, 2 shifts, or 3 shifts a day. So I'm taking this value and multiply it on the amount of people depending on shift 1 or shift 2 or shift 3 column. Then what I can do, I can add here the coefficient for playing with salary. So the basic salary coefficient, so I can use global coefficient. Salary coefficient global and salary coefficient local. So we can add these coefficients. We can add these coefficients to these values. I will freeze this cell completely. And add this coefficient. But here I will freeze only the column. So if I would like to increase the salaries for all people on 20%, I will do like this. So I will use it during scenario analysis. If I would like to increase or decrease the salary for just one position, I can use local coefficient. So all this will be used during scenario modeling many steps ahead. But we are creating the interface for display right now to make us be able to play with this story conveniently. So this is line 1. Now I'm creating the copy of this table for line 2. So this will be, here I will place line 2. Line 2, position 1. I can also use the global payroll coefficient. Global payroll coefficient, it will be 100%. So I will add this coefficient here for the line number 1. And for line number 2. So if we would like to increase salaries globally on 10%, we can do it here. Or if we want to increase salaries for just one line on 10%, let me just adjust the formula. We can do it here. And now it's time to place these values inside the timeline. So what we will do now, we will copy the timeline. I will place here Shifts-Payroll dollar per month. I'm gonna place the names of positions here on the left. And now I'm gonna write a very simple formula. So I'm gonna go to the table where we have shifts in timeline. So here we have working hours per month, and here we have shifts per day per line. We have wonderful table here. So if this value, I'm gonna freeze the line. If this value equals to 1, then I'm going back and I'm gonna put this value, and I'm freezing this column. Second condition, 2, 3. If this value equals to 2, then we will be using G. If this that value will be equal to 3, I will be using h, this value, otherwise 0, and I'm closing brackets. So this is the formula for the first line, and this will be the formula for the second. Let's drag the cells. Let's go up. So here we are displacing to line 2. Now we are extrapolating this formula to the bottom and to the right. So this is the first type of payroll, which depends on the amount of shifts. I'm coloring it with red because it will go to the cash flow statement. So for example, if we want to increase the salaries for the second line, we can see how it's changing here. If we want to change salaries here, you can see how these values are being changed. We can, for example, we can switch off the line. For example, I would like to switch off the second line. I can see here zeros. So I can so what I can do, I can quickly create different scenarios. For example, we are starting from December 2023. So we are starting from December 2023, but for example, so line 2 and the shift 1 will appear on the 12th month of operating activity in November 2024. Then the second shift of line number 2 will appear on the 18th month of operating activity. This will be May 25. And then the third shift of line number 2 will appear on the 25th month of operating activity. This will be December 25. And we can for example go here let me just first of all switch it on, then we go back. So here we can see when shift number 1 appears, then we can see how shift number 2, when shift number 2 appears, and then we can see how shift number 3 appears. So it is a quite flexible algorithm that will allow you to play with inputs the way you want, creating a huge amount of scenarios very quickly without manual typing the data inside the financial model. So this was the story about payroll that depends on the amount of shifts. The next video will be devoted to another type of payroll, so you may give us a like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. You can also order financial models from scratch for your unique business ideas. We can help you with that. At the end screen of this video, I will be giving the link to the playlist where I will be placing all these tutorials. And when the whole model will be ready, I will be placing the links to these tutorials in the description of this video as well. So see you guys in next videos. Thank you and bye.